Good evening, welcome to the Johnny Chips Show. I'm your host, Johnny Chips, and here we discuss the para-abnormal. It's not what you're used to with the little old houses and the guys with the little green camera stuff. No, what we bring you is something spectacular, something amazing, something you may have never seen before. In fact, you might have only dreamed of things that like this may have happened. Tonight, we'll be discussing things such as the wolf dog. He's a dog-wolf breed mix, but the weird thing is with him, he turns into a human. Not on the full moon, but when there's no moon, when it's the darkest and it's the hardest to see. This animal is known to have built people out of millions of dollars, torn their heads off as human form, and then ate them as an animal, then ran off into the woods. No one was able to ever find him again. When an animal turns into a human, you know who that might be. Bad MF, we don't let around here. But other things we go on and discuss are close encounters, no actual physical encounters where the paranormal becomes reality. Abductions, missing persons, UFOs. Here's a good one, for example. This one was shot over the southwest United States and a secret location somewhere near what they call Area 13. Now, Area 13 is so secretive, they don't even talk about it at Area 51. They won't even recognize it. Here's more shots where their ships are congealing. NASA sent out plasma bombers, which disperse an anti-plasma tincture suppressant, and nobody knows what's in that stuff, I tell you, but if it's going to keep us safe. Unlike here, Afghanistan, there's a government takeover, and the whole country was held at bay by these crafts that came down out of the sky. This is all more than legend because here's film of it. This was sent in by an unknown skeptic, skeptic. And the whole country was kept at bay. The present government was transmatted up into these ships where they were whisked away, and people made their own decision, brought in a new government, and everything was great once again. Back to peace, and that's what we need all over the world. These are plasma spheres sent in by a para-abnormalist. He remains to be nameless, but we will have him on a future show. These are plasma spheres caught over the Des Plaines River area in, we'll just call it Des Plaines, Illinois. They were to be, came out of a bog. They floated, they immersed, and they floated back up out of this bog. Nobody knows if there's what type of life form is in these bogs, in these spheres. All we know is it's para-abnormal. Again, Area 13. This was still back when it was a myth. It hasn't been proven yet to this day. They still won't acknowledge it, but here's here's crafts being seen over Area 13, wisping off into the distance. They will, they make their reappearance every now and then. People can catch up to them when they're there at the right place at the right time. They hover, they float. Here's another oddball one. This was sent in by the same anonymous skeptic. He sent in, it looks like a sphere, and from what we can tell, it almost looks like the head of an alien. It's oblong in shape, very chromed and shiny. It's like an egg of some sort. And I'm telling you, this stuff is real. It's out there. And it's not normal. And it's not paranormal. It's para-abnormal. Ancient ziggurats that still appear in the middle of the desert with ferocious lights that beam out into the desert attracting people, attracting wayward travelers as they get closer. They get whisked out. Here at the cemetery, an Elysian portal is to be said. Where on the grounds of this, nobody's knowing for sure. All we know for sure is it's there. There's been many disappearances. Were they abductions? Were they just dimensional rips? Time, space, continuum, wormholes? No one knows for sure. Nobody knows for sure. We have other clips that to bring you later here. Some things are just left better off unsaid, and you'd have to see them for yourself. There's things, like I say, the wolf, dog, man, wolf, man, dog, I don't know what it is. Hauntings, ritualistic seances, and cryptic rituals. That's what they do. That's where they have them. That's what brings this stuff to our plane, to our dimension. There's a group of spiritualists that are trying to bring peace at large, and they're doing what they can. We'll have a small interview with them later too. Here in an unknown location, there was many lights were sighted. Many lights were sighted as one passenger viewed. He caught this on his camera phone. Not the greatest film in the world, but it seems to be a large craft landed. Not the greatest picture. It's probably pretty far away, but it was a pretty big craft, I would imagine. And the fact is, this was in the middle of the night, about 4:30 in the morning, he said, and trailed off by other circular craft discs, light. Then they rose. Another passenger caught this shot as they were separating and lifting off what appeared to be a large net of some kind. It's a very, very, very bizarre thing happening here. In fact, to the point where the government is sending out long-range sensing devices out into outer space that are hundreds of times more powerful than what we've ever had before. Where they got this technology from, gee whiz, I don't know. Could they have reversed it from, say, maybe a craft at Area 13? I don't know. That won't be happening, but here we can see as they were launching these long-range crafts, other crafts seemed to migrate right towards it instantly, even before it was released from its docking pod in the launch ship. We see lights behind it emerging and bringing itself towards the ship. Again, highlighted in this area by our technicians. Who knows what it is? We can't tell for sure. We don't know exactly how far they even were away from this picture. We can't tell. But they were watching us as far as the film indicates. They know we're here, and as you can see, they're coming right where we're releasing out a signal. They're coming towards it to see what the fuck is doing that. You know what I'm saying? Here's an on-location shot. There it is. The haunted dam. It said once a couple was married on Valentine's Day, somewhere back in the 1920s or so. They got married, and after the wedding ceremony, they were on their way home late that night, and their car crashed into the dam here, and it said that just the groom had perished. The bride was able to get back up onto the highway and try to make her dash, try to get someone to go back to the hospital. But apparently she was DOA. Now legend has it that on Valentine's Day, this very spot. So you drive, then you put your car back in gear and drive away, and you to see up in your mirror the bloody bride appears. The bloody bride will appear in your back seat when you look in the mirror, causing you a fatal incident. Unless you know the legend, there's no way you could be protected. Again, here's another view of the dam. Another location of where the bride is to have been seen, the bloody bride of Valentine's spirit. If anyone out there knows that how they would be able to put this spirit to rest, this land once again needs to become sacred ground. But the bloody bride of Valentine's still exists in the North Woods.